Hello viewers, and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we will be solving for x. We have 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16, and this is equals to 16 raised to the power of x. So we will be solving for x, the x value that makes this solution possible. So we will be looking at the left-hand side of this equation, and we will be simplifying it further. And the left-hand side of the equation is 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16, just as we can see above. 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16. Now, 2 raised to the power of 17, the power 17, can also be written as 16 plus 1. Now, the question you will ask yourself, or you will ask me, is why are we saying 17 is equals to 16 plus 1? Why are we not saying 17 is equals to 15 plus 2, or 17 is equals to 14 plus 3? Now, the reason why we are choosing 16 plus 1 is, if you look at the top, you have 17 and then you have 16. So there is a 16 here, and definitely there is a 16 plus 1 here. So what we can do is, where we have 17, we make it 16 plus 1, because 16 can be broken down inside here, and that is equated to the 17 by making it 16 plus 1. So when we say 2 raised to the power 16 plus 1, according to the law of indices, is also 2 raised to the power of 16 times 2 raised to the power of 1. So 2 raised to the power of 17 has now been re-expressed in a different form as 2 raised to the power of 16 times 2 raised to the power of 1. That is what we have on the left-hand side. 2 raised to the power of 17 is now broken down into 2 raised to the power of 16 times 2 raised to the power of 1. So at the top, we have 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16. What we have done is to break down the 2 raised to the power of 17, and it is now 2 raised to the power of 16 times 2 raised to the power of 1. And that is what we have at the top left. Also, our 2 raised to the power of 16 at the bottom is what we have at the top. So what we have simply done is to get a different expression for the 2 raised to the power of 17. Now, what we have said is 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16 is simply 2 raised to the power of 16 times 2 raised to the power of 1, which of course we know by the time we combine this is 2 raised to the power of 17. Now, what we can clearly see on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, we see 2 raised to the power of 16 contained on this side, and we also see 2 raised to the power of 16 contained on this side. So we can simply factorize the 2 raised to the power of 16 out. And when we bring it out, we are left with 2 raised to the power of 1, which is this, minus 1. By the time you take 2 raised to the power of 16 out of here, you are left with 1, because you're dividing through. So when we simplify that, you have your 2 raised to the power of 16, you have your 2 raised to the power of 1, and then minus 1. when we simplify this further, we have 2 raised to the power of 16. Bracket open, 2 minus 1, because 2 raised to the power of 1 is 2. And then we are subtracting 1, which we have above. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So what we have in the simplified form is 2 raised to the power of 16. And this is the simplified form of the left-hand side. Left-hand side being 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16. And this is what we have been able to attain. Now let's look at the right-hand side. The right-hand side is 16 raised to the power of x. And we'll try and simplify this further. Note that 16 is the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So we have 2 in how many places? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can say that 16 is 2 in 4 places, that is 2 raised to the power of 4. And then we enclose the brackets and we have the x. Now, according to the law of indices, this can be rearranged or expressed as 2 raised to the power of 4x. So the 4 here and the x, we can multiply them and then we get 4x. So that is the simplified version of the right-hand side. Now, 2 raised to the power of 17 minus 2 raised to the power of 16 is equals to 16 raised to the power of x. And this is the question of the day. We have simplified this, which is the left-hand side, and we obtain 2 raised to the power of 16. We have also simplified this, 16 raised to the power of x, and we obtained 2 raised to the power of 4x. So we have 2 raised to the power of 16 and we have 2 raised to the power of 4x. Notice they have a common base 2 and 2. And because of the equality sign, it therefore means that 16 is equals to 4x. 16 is equals to 4x. So we have 16 is equals to 4x. 16 is equals to 4x. So we can solve by x by simply dividing through by 4. If we divide this side by the right hand side by 4, we will eliminate the 4 and be left with the x. And that's our objective. So if we divide the right hand side by 4, we will also need to do that to the left hand side. That is, we'll divide the left hand side also by 4. So we have 16 and we will divide it by 4. And then we have the 4x and we divide it by 4. And the whole objective is to be able to eliminate and be left with only the x on the right hand side. That is, we'll eliminate the 4 on the right hand side, and by doing that on the right hand side, we'll also be carrying out the same division on the left hand side. So we now have 16 divided by 4, and we have 4x divided by 4. So 4 in 16 you have 4, 4 in 4 you have 1. So that's on the left hand side, so we have 4 over 1. And on the right hand side, the 4 cancels the other 4 here, 1, the 4 cancels the other 4 at the both the numerator and the denominator, and then it is 1. So you're left with x. So what we have is 4 is equals to x, and that is our answer. So our answer is x is equals to 4. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. Kindly subscribe, like, and share.